Hey, hold on! Today's video is in partnership with Dime. Melt away the old, nourish the new with Dime Nourishing Cleansing Oil. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to after Advent season. Somebody said that we shouldn't even consider this after Advent season at this point. It should be like pre-Advent season, a little taste test of what's to come in 2025 because yeah, they're gonna start selling advent calendars soon. I know that sounds insane. It kind of is, but it's true. It's true. I've seen and purchased advent calendars as early as August. But today we're gonna be doing an advent calendar we've never done before, and I've never heard of it until like this past year. Apparently it's been out for a while though. I don't know why I've never gotten one, but this is the Bluemercury advent calendar. 31 days of dazzle. That's a lot of dazzling. From what I can tell, Bluemercury is like a Sephora or an Ulta. I guess I don't know if they have physical stores or they're just an online retailer, but they sell stuff, a wide range of beauty products, makeup, skincare, that kind of thing. So a 31-day advent calendar here of beauty type things. This was a $300 advent calendar, but it has a value of $1,300. So again, return on investment. I basically have made $1,000 by just purchasing this. That's not how that works. Don't. This is very heavy, this big blue cube. I do like the packaging. It seems like a nice, like, sturdy cardboard box. Ooh, 25th anniversary edition. Oh, I bet it's extra fancy. So yeah, we have some little pull-out drawers. We have boxes here on the top. Are they in order? They're in order. Thank you, Bluemercury. Let's go ahead and begin here with day number 1. Looks like it's already slightly open for us. The first thing we have in here is from Tan Luxe. This is a Super Glow Self Tan Hyaluronic Serum. It's like a gradual tan for your face. And this might actually have come like in perfect time. I have a wedding to go to next weekend. It's on my birthday, May 30th, and I would like to be tan for it. I would like to be tan, so I'm gonna get a spray tan, which I've never done before. I'm a little bit nervous. Do they spray your face when you spray tan? I feel like that could go very wrong. I don't know if your face gets sprayed or not. Like I said, I've never done it before, but if not, I could gradually tan my face. It says apply 4 to 12 drops. That's quite a range. Avoid the eye area. You're just gonna look at big white circles. Okay, so it says that the additional drops will increase depth of color. So I guess if you just want a little like hint of a glow, 4 drops. If you want more like of a deep tan, go with 12 drops. I wonder how long it takes for it to actually like activate, because it would be nice to, you know, have my body. Okay, well, we're one product in and I'm already a little bit concerned. I did pause here for a minute to do a little bit of research, because I opened up this Tan Luxe dropper thing, and what I found was a whole bunch of seemingly crusted on developed tanner around like the top of it and inside the cap. There's also a good amount of little like tan crusties in there, and even on the little dropper bottle itself, this will be harder to see, but there's like solidified serum on the actual like dropper thing. So this had to have been opened at some point. Like, I understand that product could have spilled out perhaps, but at some point I feel like this has been opened. And honestly, it also doesn't look like all the way full. Not saying this was like a used and returned product or something, but it doesn't look all the way full. Additionally, it's very gloopy. I don't know if the inside serum is supposed to have like, oh, the consistency of a lava lamp, you know, like the bubbles, but it doesn't really seem like drops or serum. It seems like thick and kind of chunky. Also, according to the Tan Luxe website, this product is supposed to be, at least what it looks like online, it's supposed to be like a clear serum. So this one has very much so yellowed. It's even more yellow in person. The camera's dulling it a little bit there, like through the frosted glass, but it's supposed to be clear according to their website and like all the other pictures I've seen of it online, the exception of places that are selling it like eBay. And then finally here, I did try to see if I could find the batch code on like the Fresh Check website. However, they didn't have it available, but apparently, according to the internet, Tanlux uses a certain way that they like date their products, use batch codes. So 21293, I have been told, is that these last three numbers here are the day, and this first number here is the year that it was made. So the 293rd day of 2021, which was a little bit ago. It was a little bit ago. Okay, so if the batch code is correct, then this product was produced October 20th, 2021, which was 3 years, 7 months, and 2 days ago. Now, I did put this advent calendar towards the end of 2024. It was supposed to be opened up, you know, by Christmas, because that's what advent calendars are for, but that obviously is not the case here. So we could take several months off that timeline of when like this was supposed to be opened. But even still, even then, it's well past expiration, according to Tanlux. According to the Tanlux website, their product is good for 1 year once opened and 2 years max, like not opened anything. So what I would say here is either we have a product that has at some point been opened due to the fact that there's all sorts of crusty bits around the edges, or a past expiration date product that somehow leaked into the cap and it's turning yellow just because it's old and it's like thickening, and that's why it doesn't look like the bottle's entirely full, just because moisture is leaving it. Either way, not a great start. Really quick before I move on, I'd love to tell you all about today's sponsor, Dime. Dime is focused on skin wellness and is committed to providing clean, luxurious, skin-loving products that don't break the bank. And their nourishing cleansing oil has been such a welcome and easy addition into my skincare routine. Anything that helps make the whole like getting the makeup off your face and getting ready for bed process easier and quicker, more efficient, that's okay in my book. And I've also just been enjoying the way it makes my skin feel. Dime Nourishing Cleansing Oil is a powerful yet gentle 2-in-1 cleanser and makeup remover that quickly and effortlessly removes dirt, sunscreen, makeup, and even stubborn mascara without stripping the skin's natural oils. It gently exfoliates as it melts away and removes all the ick of the day with a unique blend of botanical oils that cleanse and nourish the skin without any greasy residue. It's also formulated to help purify pores and prevent buildup while hydrating and balancing the skin barrier. With Dime Nourishing Cleansing Oil, it's easy to melt away the old while nourishing the new. If you would like to give Dime a try, then click the link below and use my code Alexandria20 for 20% off your Dime order today. And just thank you so very much to Dime for sponsoring today's video and helping to support the channel. It really means the world to me. Maybe that's just the first day. Let's go ahead and move on to day number 2 here. Hopefully it gets better. Oh gee. Oh, that's a fun name. This is a sculpted face stick in the shade Moonstone, which looks purple. A sculpted face stick sounds like it should be a contour or a bronzer or something, but it says this is the perfect appearance of no makeup with this multi-use skin loving stick. Ooh, this is nice packaging. I do really like this packaging. It's magnetic and it feels like really substantial. It is purple. It is like a pale pinkish purple. I'm assuming it's gonna be more of like a highlighting stick. It does say on here that you can use it for cheeks, lips, brow bones, eyelids, or body to bronze, highlight, contour, and blush. I don't know if it would perform all those functions, to be perfectly honest. The highlighting part, I think we could probably get away with, but for contour, blush, bronzing, lips might be interesting. A little hard to glide on at first, but once you start warming it up, the product does get moving. It's very sheer, very light, but there's just like purple iridescence in it. It's actually really kind of pretty. It smells like crayons. Ooh, that's fun. Day number 3 here, we have 2 things. Vintner's Daughter. Both from the same brand here, we have an active botanical serum and an active treatment essence. One is for nourishing and restorative moisture, and the other one is for illuminating hydration. A wine merchant. Ew. Okay, so this one is a little spray bottle here, the active treatment essence. I didn't know it was just gonna be vinegar. Oh man, I sprayed it right on top of my Diet Peach Limeade. Oh no. Oh, it's on me. Why is it just vinegar? If I just put apple cider vinegar in a spray bottle, would that accomplish the same thing? Because that is exactly what this smells like. Ingredients are aloe leaf juice, malfinga, I don't know what that is, fruit extract. Where's the vinegar? Right there. Apple cider vinegar. I knew it had to be in there. It takes over the scent of everything else. That's awful. I'm so sorry. I have a very adverse reaction to vinegar though. I've tried to like drink it before for my health one time ever, and I can't do it. I simply cannot do it. It makes me a little nauseous. And then we have the active botanical serum. Does this one also have vinegar in it? So after you put on the essence, you're supposed to put this on 5 to 6 drops of this. We got a little, you know, bloopy top bottle here. Take a very gentle sniff of it. Oh, what have I done with the... I feel like this is going poorly. The bloopy top stayed inside of the bottle, the rest came off. It's really stuck in there. Okay, that's much more pleasant. That does have like a very, just a slight like herbally botanic smell to it. That's much more pleasant. I guess there's worse smelling things than spraying rose. Okie dokie. So 2 items in one day. That's really nice. Moving along here to day number 4. Augustinus. Of course, Augustinus. A $1,300 value advent calendar. Obviously, we're gonna get some Augustinus batter. This time we have a little bottle of the face oil with the TFC8 in it. We still don't know what that is. Probably should Google that. I bet I have Googled it, I just don't remember. What letters did I say just then? TFC8. Okay, this smells as if there might be another, like a T abbreviation, a THC perhaps, I don't know. It smells interesting. Are you supposed to smell like that? It's quite strong actually. I just typed in real fast to see if anybody else had that same reaction to the scent. It says no, it's supposed to be unscented, but there's definitely a scent to it. None of these brands I'm checking are on Fresh Check. That's driving me nuts. I think I'm a little bit like suspicious of the product's freshness and stuff just based on that first thing we pulled out. Just seems suspect. So I just want to make sure that things are, you know, at least new enough to use on your face. Moving along here. Ooh, today number 5, something a little bit different. This looks kind of fun and different. This is from Jane Iredell. It is a pure pressed blush, and I've never even heard of that brand before. That's a cute little package. I think that's really cute packaging. A little bit different. I like that. This is in the shade Barely Rose. Ooh, that's a beautiful shade. Very just kind of like nice and neutral. It's kind of a lighter shade, but I think that's really pretty. I like that there's a little mirror in here as well. Ooh, the number 6 is pretty heavy. Obagi. Oh, Obagi Medical. That makes it sound like very official. These are daily hydro drops formulated with B3 and hibiscus oil. It's a facial serum. It's supposed to be a weightless moisturizing formula, and this seems like it might be full size. I don't know exactly how many full size items are supposed to be in here. Ooh, fun. Looks like caviar. Can y'all see those little like bubbles in there? Oh, okay. $110 worth of Obagi little fish eggs. That's real lovely, and it does seem like it is a full-size bottle, so that's good. All right, 7, very mysterious. Of course. We're getting the whole Frenchy Schmanchy skincare lineup going here. We have the Augustinus batter, and now we have the 111 Skin Celestial Black Diamond Brightening Essence. I mean, that's a really cool name. Like, you know, Celestial Black Diamond? I'm sure that means it's gonna be ungodly expensive. It is just an essence though, so like a liquidy essence that you'd like put on a cotton pad and rub on. So it's not a serum, so maybe it's not too insanely expensive. It also doesn't seem very large. I wonder if this is a full size. It is 1.01 fluid ounces. Oh, okay, all right. That's a little bit better. I saw the first price that popped up and it looks like it's the same packaging, but it was $600, and I was about to say, you can't claim half the value of the advent calendar in one tiny bottle. But no, that was for the Black Diamond Celestial Serum. We just have the essence here, which this little guy is actually $43. I do have a larger size version of this bottle for $115, reasonable, but it's definitely not $600. Thankfully, honestly, I've been a little bit sad to get, you know, most of the value of the advent calendar, half the value of the advent calendar pretty much, in just one product. Moving along here to day 8. What are you? Virtue Fizz Block Smoothing Spray. We have a little hairspray here that is supposed to control, defrizz, and protect your hair. But the only problem is I kind of like frizz. The more frizz my hair has, the more volume it has, and therefore it looks like there is more of it. If the undercarriage of my hair wasn't kind of like teased up and hairsprayed and frizzy, this would just be like flat on my head. Day number 9 here. Ooh, a little box. Oh, Pat McGrath Labs. That's fun. It's a lip gloss. Ooh, I like this packaging. This is a little lip gloss. It's in the shade, oh sorry, it's a lust gloss in the shade Sunset Rose. It's a very standard looking pink, a little like pinkish purplish. There are tiny flecks of like golden shimmer throughout it. I'm wondering if it's gonna be one of those milky lip glosses though, which just, they're just not my favorite. Oh, it smells really nice. It smells like vanilla pudding. You know, I was like, oh no, pudding's the wrong word, but honestly, it smells like vanilla pudding. Oh yeah, like a snack pack. It is a pretty color, but just looking at it, I can tell it's gonna be one of those milky lip gloss shades, and they're just not my favorite, unfortunately, so I don't want to like swatch it and ruin it. This is a fun product to get for the advent calendar, and I do like Pat McGrath, and we've had like 2 makeup products so far, so I did anticipate like all of these advent calendars with really high values are typically very skincare heavy because it's much easier to obtain those absurdly high values with some absurdly overpriced expensive skincare. That's how they do it. It's much harder to hit those crazy high value numbers with makeup because like a lipstick or something, the most top of the line lipstick, you're gonna get between like $60 and $100. That's very expensive. That is incredibly expensive for a lipstick product, but like that's about your limit. You know, that's like your threshold of lipstick. But for some of these skincare products, I mean, you can get little tiny pots of, you know, La Mer that are worth that much money. A large La Mer product could be the entire value of the box. So it's easier to obtain those ridiculous values with skincare. Did I predict? I do feel like my luck was rigged a little bit because we talked about, you know, just the fancy pants lineup of skincare, Augustine Spider, 111 Skin, La Mer. It was bound to be in here somewhere. This time we have what we have every time, a tiny little pot of the moisturizing cream. And I do believe this much product, aka 7 milliliters, 0.24 ounces, is like $50 or $40 for this little pot. And that's what I mean about like makeup never being able to compete for like the value of skincare in these calendars. Day number 11 here. Oh, it's a tiny candle. Oh, from Nest. Itty bitty. Ooh, cinnamony. This is supposed to be a holiday advent calendar. Forget that it's the end of May. This tiny little candle is actually in the scent Holiday, and I like that they matched the scent to like when this was supposed to be opened, which was the holiday times. I feel like a lot of times we look at candles and advent calendars and stuff, and they smell nice. They just don't smell holiday-esque. So I like that they matched it. All right, we're moving on to the little drawers down here. Let's see what we got in this first one. Ooh, day number 17 is big, but we're not doing day 17. We're doing day number 12. Okay, well that's fun. Chardonnay. Oh, I don't know why. I just assumed this is gonna be like a rollerball of perfume, but it's actually from Vacation. It is a broad spectrum lip oil, sunscreen lip oil with 30 SPF in it, and it's called Chardonnay for some reason. True connoisseurs of leisure insist on the world famous Vacation brand. Oh, okay, interesting. I still don't know why it's called Chardonnay. I don't know if it's gonna have like whatever Chardonnay tastes like flavor to it. Oh, I think it might. It's like vanilla with a hint of wine. What an interesting scent. It's like just right there at the end, you get a little like tinge of that like tanginess of the vino. It has a nice big fluffy doe foot though, and that's fun. I really like that. And I do like that it's a sunscreen lip oil. I think that's different. Try a little bit of it on to see what it feels like. It does feel very oily, a little thin on the lips. The thinness of it does kind of lend to it like seeping a little bit inside your mouth. And if you've ever eaten sunscreen before, then you know what this tastes like. At first I thought it had like almost kind of like a sweet vanilla frosting taste to it, like sugary, but then it got in there, and now I can really taste the SPF. I still don't know what Chardonnay has to do with any of this and why it smells slightly like a left out wine glass. Sorry guys, I did have to go ahead and wipe that off. It was just a lot of sunscreen flavor, which is not, wasn't really, I just had dinner, not really the dessert flavor I'm looking for. Day number 13's up next here. We have a stick. Sisley. Oh, fancy. There's a first time for everything. That's you know, out of all the little stickers that we have gotten on products throughout the ages that have said sample not for sale, not for individual sale, free sample. This is the first time I ever got something that said it was a tester. Not sample not for sale, tester not for sale. I'm assuming they're meaning sample and this was just the same kind of thing, sample not for sale, and they wouldn't put a physical store tester inside of an advent calendar, but as I've said, there's a first time for everything. I don't know. Anywho, what a weird little wand. A very like straight, skinny, barely any bristled wand. It's more like a tiny comb. It's like a itty bitty, tiny, thin, razor sharp looking toothbrush. Since it's from Sicily, I'm sure this is an expensive mascara. If you're not getting a tester, does it have the same amount as like a regular full-size Sicily mascara? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, if it is a full-size actual Sicily mascara, it's $85, which is absurd. Yeah, these reviews seem totally real. They seem written by real human people. This one says, I love too much. Apparently the full size is 7.5 milliliters. This is also 7.5 milliliters. So it seems like this product was created to be like a tester, right? Like that, it doesn't seem like it's a sample because a sample usually isn't the full size of the whole product. So maybe these were created to be testers. And then instead of doing that, they just put them in an advent calendar. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's not worth $85 though. Even if it was the best mascara I've ever tried, it's not worth $85. At some point, your lashes can only be so black and so long and so full. The price starts to like not make sense after a certain point. Day number 14 is a large day. Oh, a body oil. Okay, this is from Moroccan Oil. It is a dry body instant nourishment. Oh, okay, I think it comes with a little spritzy bottle. I thought it was broken. Usually everything from Moroccan Oil smells really good, so I'm excited to give this a sniff. It's a very light scent. I think it still has that same kind of scent that they have in their hair products and stuff. It's just a very like light, kind of nice scent. Day number 15 here. It looks like we have a familiar little hair care product. We have 2 of the silk scrunchies from Slip. We've received a couple of these in advent calendars throughout the years, and I do like them. I still use them. Day 16 here, we have Indie Lee. This is an Eye Awaken eye serum. Grounded in nature, supported through science, inspired by life. It's just a little squeezy tube of eye serum, but this looks very much like a lip gloss. I could see myself accidentally grabbing this and just slathering it all over my lips. I mean, that is a lip gloss tube if I've ever seen one. Oh, okay, moving on to day 17. It's a biggin. I'm excited to see what this is. Act an Acre. Oh, okay. Well, we've become very accustomed to getting gua shas inside of boxes and things, but this one is a little bit different. This is a head gua sha or a scalp gua sha, which honestly, oh, it's cute. Look at that. That's actually really cute. Oh, and it's cold. Is it actually a stone? That's real fun. Okay, not gonna lie, that looks pretty fancy. And I have been doing a lot of scalp massaging recently. I saw this lady on TikTok talk about how like 2 hours a day of scalp massage can really intensify like the growth of your hair and stuff, and scalp massage is one of the only ways to actually grow your hair because it's getting blood like into your scalp. So I have been doing a lot of head rubbing. I've been massaging my scalp quite frequently. Probably not 2 hours a day though. That's a long time to massage your scalp. But I did get one of those little electric massager guys. Oh, my head's a little tender. Oh, that's the stuff right there. That's the stuff. Yeah, step 3 here on the neckline for a relaxing grounding practice. Use slow, gentle strokes around the nape of the neck. Oh, that feels good. That's really nice. Day number 18 here. Very bright yellow box. Oh, screen. Alrighty. Next up from Super Goop. We have a 40 SPF glow screen. I do actually like this product. I've used it several times. I guess these do have different shades because they have some tint to them. This one says Sunrise. It's just a nice like tinted sunscreen, has a bit of like shimmer to it, a bit of glow. I do like this. Okay, I actually think that this matches my skin tone a lot better than the ones I have had in the past. But yeah, there's just a little bit of a tint to it and it does give your skin like a nice glow to it. I kind of wish though they either had maybe just like a transparent one or something, because this is a little bit tinted, so if you have a deep skin tone, putting this on top of that might, you know, show up, might make you look a little bit washed out. So I kind of wish I had like options for different tints, or if they just did like a straight glow screen sunscreen. All right, the last day in this drawer here, day number 19. Let's see what we got. Oh, oh my gosh. My hands just don't function, okay? Like my hands, they don't function. They barely have a grip. They get stuck in a claw. Plus like my hand-eye coordination. My eyes don't know what my hands are doing. My hands don't know what my eyes are doing. No wonder I couldn't play sports. We have a little thing here of shampoo and conditioner. They do look like they are sample sizes or trial sizes, but at least they came together in the same day. They weren't separated and counted as 2 separate days, so that's really nice. These are from, oh, R&Co. This is blue. But I feel like this is kind of like maybe a men's product though. They smell kind of good though. Even if it was kind of like targeted towards men, they smell nice, and I use my husband's stuff in the shower all the time, so that wouldn't bother me. He doesn't know that though. Sorry, honey. All right, that is our first drawer cleared out. Let's go ahead and move on to the second drawer down here. Day number 20 is up next. Ooh, Hourglass. We have a Phantom Volumizing Glossy Balm. That sounds real fun. In the shade Haze. Ooh, that looks really pretty. I hope the color actually is reminiscent of the little color swatch here on the outside. I like out. Okay, hold on. Okay, all right. The first swipe looked orange. It looked straight up orange. I was like, oh no. But now that it's covering a bit more of my lips, it does look like a much more nice kind of warm red tone shade, which I guess the description of a warm toned red kind of shade could be considered orange as well. But no, I don't think it looks orange anymore now that I have it on. I think it's really pretty, honestly. I really like the nice glossy finish of it. It doesn't feel too liquidy, but also not too stiff. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm very excited about this one. I think that's a really pretty lip color. I also love the ease of it being like in a stick, but it's still like a gloss form. So yeah, I'm excited. Moving on to day number 21. Ooh, Maison Louis Marie. We have received some Louis Marie eau de parfums before. This one is Bois de Balancourt, which I know that we've tried that one before because I remember Balancourt and I remember Bob Boucher. Balancourt, the water boy. Why is that the connection I'm making in my head? I don't know. I don't remember, however, if I liked it or not. So let's give it a little sniff. Ooh, right off the bat, it smells pretty good. Oh, I kind of like it. It's different. It's kind of, initially when I first smelled it, I thought I was gonna get kind of a more vanilla heavy top note to it. But once I sprayed it, it's more like clean but warm, like a very warm fragrance, a little hint of like an earthy spicy note to it, but still kind of clean. It would potentially present itself in some sort of Old Spice body wash. 22 is up next here. Oh, that's fancy. Is this actually glass? It's either glass or resin. Either way, it looks fancy. It's real heavy. This is from Trish McAvoy. It is a Beauty Booster Soothe and Elevate Cream. Illuminate. One of the 8s. Okay, hold on. This has been okay. Bring it back. At first, right, I was assuming that this was like a cream, right? Like a white cream was gonna be a face cream. And on the outside, I saw what looked like old crusty foundation. And I was like, these things have to have been like opened. Are these returns? What's happening here? But then I opened it up and this little pot's full of like tinted cream. I guess perhaps it's like a tinted beauty cream. I didn't know that. At first I was about to get a little upset, but there's still like a whole bunch of chunky dried up product on the outside there, which I know could potentially happen at some point in the process of packaging, shipping, all that kind of thing. You know, like where it leaks out and stuff, it's all like stuck around in the cap up through here. Why is there no other information? There's like no outer packaging, there's nothing. Why is it so liquid? Look at this picture that they're advertising, right? This seems like a thick, like whipped up cream. This is liquid, like pure liquid. I don't know, maybe that's how it's supposed to be, but for a very expensive cream, like 1 ounce of this, I don't know, it doesn't tell me how much is in this one because there's no actual product details anywhere, but the 1 ounce on the Trish McAvoy website is $95. How much this is, I don't know, but it's a very expensive product. Like for it to come like this, I might be able to show you guys a little better on my phone, but there's just like some serious dried up chunkage around the edge of this pot here, and like just none of this looks very good. It's like a liquidy soup. It also looks like there might be like, you know, this does not look like a full pot of product. Around the edge of this as well, there's like dried up kind of get like the skin forming around the edge of this. And then on the inside of the cap as well, there's just like chunks and things are dried up. It looks like it's been opened at some point. This little cap was sitting on top of it, but there is no like wrapping or anything around it. There's also no box and there's no instructions or anything, ingredients. It's interesting that this is the second product that came inside of this box that has a lot of crusty stuff around the outside of it. It unfortunately, it doesn't smell good either. It doesn't smell like fresh. It has that kind of like makeup-y skincare scent that like where it's been sitting around a little too long and it starts smelling like Crayolas. What I'm also realizing is that I was gonna try to check it on the batch code checker thing, but there's absolutely not a single, even small piece of information about this product anywhere on the packaging or inside the box. So there's not like how many ounces it is. There's no batch code anywhere. There's nothing on it besides the sticker that says the brand name and the product name. Literally nothing else. I don't know, maybe there's like a book or something that I'm missing that tells you more about the products and things, but I still feel like it at least should have a batch code stuck to it. Because even if you can like look it up for information that was like included inside of this box and I just don't have it anymore, or if you can go online and find information about it, ingredients and that kind of thing, that still won't tell you an individual batch code for expiration dates and things like that. So say like this product was recalled, right? And they're like, these batches are affected because there's salmonella in the product. You won't know because there's nothing to tell you what batch it is, which I think that's probably not good. I feel like that's probably not good. All right, moving along here to day number 23. Oh, little Jo Malone. Sorry, day number 23. It just looked kind of cute. We have a little Jo Malone Poppy and Barley cologne. Poppy and Barley sounds like the names of like two really wealthy twin girls that are also British. Even this random little not for individual sale tester bottle of perfume has the batch code scratched into the bottom of the glass. Oh, but you know what? Poppy was in the name. Poppy's a flower. For some reason, I didn't anticipate it to smell this floral. Oh, I guess maybe that barley was throwing me off. I was like, oh, it's gonna smell like grain, I guess. But no, it's very floral, kind of a bright floral. Definitely think there's some rose in there. It's a light scent. It's a bright, light, very floral scent. Day number 24 here. Next up from RMS Beauty, we have eye lights. This is in the shade Halo, so I'm guessing we're gonna have some like, not that. That is not what I was anticipating at all. Okay, well, fun. Oh, this seems silly, but this little key reminds me of my childhood very much. So my mom always had, and this is why I say every time that we get a metal tube, I really like the little metal tubes. My mom had a metal tube of some type of hand lotion or something like that, and it came with a little key that you slide on the end of it and then you roll it down to make sure it pushes out all the product, and I love that daggone thing. So every time I see metal tubes, I think about that metal tube and its little key, and we have one. I really thought this was gonna be like a little palette of like shiny eyeshadows, but it's a little tube. Popped a little bit. It popped just a little bit. I didn't roll it down, I promise. Why did it pop like that? It did seem kind of bloated, honestly. I thought there was just a bunch of product in it, but it seemed like it might have had a touch of gas. Just a little touch of gas in there. Ooh, that's a beautiful shade. Oh my goodness. That's a stunning color. There's so much of it. I use way too much of it. I just wiped off like what shot out of the tube. Apparently you just need the tiniest little bit of this to go on the lid because that's quite a bit of coverage. I love the kind of like warm rusty red underneath it that I really like. Oh, and it's already dried down really nicely. That's so pretty. Would it look silly to put some in my eyes right now? I don't know if it'll go well with what I'm wearing, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Oh, I think that's so pretty. It's really subtle, very easy to apply. I think it's really pretty. Day number 25 is hefty. What could this be? Lafco, New York candle. Yay! Beach house. Okay, well, a very different tone than the last holiday candle. For some people, the advent calendar season is summertime, so that makes sense. Covering all the bases. It does smell beachy. It has lotus, seagrass, and amber notes in it. I think it says natural luxury with pure purpose. Essential oil-based fragrances deliver a natural and true scent. It's supposed to be highly concentrated, and oh my goodness, it's actually a soy candle. The whole thing's soy. Wow. Well, the full size of one of their candles is a shocking $75. regular. That's a normal price. Why is that one $375? Oh, it's 86 ounces. Okay, that's an insanely big candle. You don't need an 86 ounce candle. There's no way that's gonna burn evenly. Oh, do they actually have this size listed? Oh, they do. Okay, so this is an $18.50 candle. Alrighty, day number 26 is up next here. Another heavy little box. Oh my gosh, it's another candle. Lake and Sky 1111. Ooh, candle bougie, I'm sure it is. That's a very, very light scent. It's like a super, super faint cologne of some sort. Look at that wick. That's a really long wick. If you have a wick this long on your candle, you should definitely trim it before you light it, or else it's gonna like, the flame's gonna be too tall, it's gonna mushroom, it's gonna soot. So I definitely trim that off before you burn this. Yeah, it says 1111 or 1111. Oh, 1111 make a wish. That could make sense. Oh, it seems that this is also 100% soy wax. It is paraben, sulfate, and phthalate free. That's really nice. All right, folks, day number 27. I think we're on like hour 3 of this video. We're almost to the end though. Let's see what we got here. Molten Brown. Wouldn't be an advent calendar without you, Molten. This is a fine liquid hand wash with a sense of coastal sea and fennel and some other stuff. Cypress. That's strong. That is strong. It's given off a little bit of like mixed alcoholic drink vibes. For some reason, there's like hint of margarita in there. I don't know where that's coming from, but there's like a small hint of margarita. I've gotten this everywhere. Now everything is covered in fine hand wash. Day 28 is up next. That's quite heavy. For this, you see how little that is? That's heavy. Suzanne Kaufman body butter. Yeah, just a tiny little pot of body butter. Never heard of this brand before. It almost looks like this came from like a small business. You know, it doesn't look like a maybe mass-produced product. Oh, it's made in Austria. That's fun. And it's expired. Shocking. It expired as of March of this year. So, well, if you were to open this as you were supposed to, the 28th day of December is when you would have gotten to this. It is a small thing of body butter, so maybe they're anticipating you using it between the 28th and the 9th of March. To be clear, I don't think that's how you should include products inside of your advent calendars. I think like once upon opening it, you got at least a year. You gotta have at least a year before the expiration date hits. Day number 29 is up next here. This is a very familiar looking little silver cap. That logo in the center there, that looks very familiar. What's it gonna be? What tiny overpriced skincare sample is it gonna be? Oh, maybe it's not familiar. This is from Revive. It is a affirmative neck renewal cream. Well, that's, you know, that's kind of interesting. A specifically neck cream. I just kind of, whatever I put on my face, I just put on my neck. Like if I'm doing like a peel, anything that goes on my face, I just take it on my neck. And honestly, on my chest and sometimes the back of my hands. Is it supposed to go all those places? I don't know. There is just a very little bit of cream in here. I'm gonna take like a wild guess and say this is fairly expensive. $175. Oh, the full size of the neck cream is $175. It does look like it's a fair bit larger than this little pot we have here. This is half an ounce again of the cream, whereas the full size is 2.5 ounces. But still, I mean, that's a lot of money for a little tiny pot of cream. Day 30 is it's candle. It's very heavy. And up next, we have yet another candle, which you guys know I love me a candle, so I'm okay with that. Apotheke, charcoal rouge. I think this is the one that smells like straight up fire. Yeah, it smells like burnt stuff. Burnt stuff, but like with a little something extra. Like you can smell the charcoal in there, a little bit of the fire. That smells kind of good. It smells like a place you would go to get served like a really fancy craft cocktail, and like the bartender's wearing suspenders and a little hat. Your drink will probably be served to you underneath like smoke. The vibe of that place is what this smells like. And I think that smells pretty good. All right, you guys, last but not least, this has been a very long video to film. I'll see how well I can chop it down for y'all. We have day number 31 here. Large day, feeling kind of heavy. So I'm hoping we have something really good in here. Let's see what it is. Oh, okay, I've never heard of this brand before. This is the Cerulean 6 Degrees Honeyed Halo Body Oil to nourish and hydrate. It says Constellation on it. The packaging's really nice. I like that. Looks like something nautical. I don't know. This like nice blue. Honestly, when I first saw like the little blue top, I thought we had another Augustinus Bader product. But this is different. The way they describe skincare products, perfume is definitely like the worst offender of descriptions, but sometimes skincare products can get there too. This says, drops of sunshine fall softly against skin bare, dry down to silk with the tickle of air. What a beautiful poem. Oh, the bottle's so pretty though. This is a very nice plastic. I thought for sure that was going to be glass, like a frosted kind of cerulean blue glass, but it's actually just plastic. That's a little bit disappointing. Oh, it does smell nice. Okay, it's a very, I'm dripping literally everywhere. It's a very nice kind of light scent. Not too overly like woody or herbally, botanically, like some body oils can be. Honestly, once it's rubbed in, you can barely smell it at all. There's just a little bit of almost like maybe a clean floral or something to it. Not overwhelming whatsoever. It does feel a little on the oily side, which would make sense since it's you know, a body oil. I feel like on my like arms and stuff, it's sinking in a little bit better than it is on my hands. My hands are just staying kind of greasy. You know, a little bloopy top like this on a bottle this big, usually we get them on like smaller bottles, but being on one this big, it looks a little reminiscent of like bottles that you see people use to feed baby goats and other baby type animals. There's oil everywhere. I have dribbled it all over everything. At least I didn't grease up till the final day. Everything's unboxed now. I don't have to use my greasy fingers to slipperily open up anything anymore. So that's good. Oh gosh, but everything is incredibly covered in oil. Okay, it's all so slippery. Okay guys, well that was my first experience, our first experience here together on the channel of the Bluemercury advent calendar. I think a $1,300 value is fantastic. Like that's amazing for an advent calendar. For a $300 price tag, honestly, in the world of advent calendars, that's not that bad either. However, I think one of my biggest issues and concerns is like some of the skincare, I just don't know how fresh it is. That very first tanning product, I definitely think there's some big issues with that as far as age, if it's been opened, the fact that it's drying out, the fact that it has changed color. That one I think has some serious issues. I thought there were some interesting products though, some interesting skincare stuff. Some stuff that we don't typically see in advent calendars. A lot of times we see the same stuff over and over and over again, like just on repeat. So it was nice to see some different brands and different types of products in here. Let me know what you all think down below in the comments. If you think this is worth the $300 or not, or if it's worth the $1,300 in value. And yeah, that's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so very much for watching. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you would not mind. It means the absolute world to me. I hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!